In the last few updates of Azure Latch, the quality hasn't all been there, or at least I believe so. However, this last update has definitely shown a clear lack of caring with Mastery Lorenzo specifically. My main issues can be broken down into 3 main points, but do make sure you stay tuned as the biggest problem I have will be tackled in the last section. So without further stalling, let's get into this. Start this section with basic Don Lorenzo. Basic Don, if used as his kit is intended to be used, which just means like CF Aikus, CF Dons, I'm not referring to them. I'm referring to the developer's ideas on how this playstyle is meant to be used. So back to the point, Don's playstyle can be pretty simply put as a character who's meant to dribble the ball up and then make a pass or play to gain his team advantage. Whether that be through his iframe dribble, trap, or magic pass, it's clear to me that the intended way to use this style is indeed as a sort of support, like a better Corona. The only difference that this style has is a counter and off-the-ball movement. Speaking of his off-the-ball movement, it is actively less distance if you go from off the ball to on the ball than zombie dribble on the ball. And what I'm referring to is you just use zombie dribble on the ball, making any uses you have with this ability almost completely obsolete. As for the counter, it's a counter in the big 26. Not much to speak about it. Also, I'm pretty sure he has no iframes on his pass to promote using the counter, but I have no idea if you do that, if it has iframes or if it doesn't, but anyway, let's get into the next section. So I'm not good at animating myself. However, that does not just disqualify my opinions on this, and more specifically, I'm not here to critique anything. Rather, just speak on what I find lackluster in cases of the uses of animation. More specifically, my sights are set on the flow, steal, and a few other things. So look on screen, I'll play 2 animations of OG Don Lorenzo's flow and the new Lorenzo's flow. Now, tell me which ones you think are which. If you said the right one is the new Don, you're incorrect. The left one's the new Don. But what if I told you I was lying? And in reality, the right one is the new Don. But what if I then told you again that I was lying to you? And these are both Mastery Lorenzo's flow. But what if I lied to you a third time and told you the new Don's flow was really on the left side the entire time and the OG's one was on the right? Notice how any of those possible scenarios are actually, possible. Compare this to any Elisagi and Basisagi. Night and day. Oh, but it's a Mastery, idiot. Why would they make a new flow? 1, Masteries don't exist as just a way to copy the same style and give it 3 new animations and then call it a day. This problem with the flow, it's just still present with every single ability. Aside from the overtime flow, the 3 ace-eater moves, which we'll get back to. But aside from those 4 animations, it is the exact same style. So I ask you why on earth this was a new style, let alone a quest style. Overall, I just feel like the lack of new animations makes this style being its own style completely unnecessarily and useless. Much like how I feel about this style. Okay, so this is where I believe a genuine issue can be spotted. So let's take a step back, look at the general idea of art and copying said art. So Azure Latch is a shocker, not the only blue lock game on this platform we play called Roblox. And another blue lock game I want to draw your attention to is one by the title of Project Egoist. Now, if you're involved in this community, you probably know where this is going, but if you don't, well, just look on screen. Yeah, so you can probably notice how shockingly similar these are. They're so similar, you can almost say it's copying. I'm not going to say that, but just using my eyes, Now, this is a really big issue because it's a complete slap in the face of every single player who has supported this game. Not only was the style completely unnecessary, and to me, I believe the style shouldn't even existed or be its own. Looking at these two side by side, it's easy to see how I reached the argument of this is just stealing. And it's not like the argument of, oh, it's the same animation, they couldn't do anything else. Now watch the exact same games do direct shots. Egoista! Isaki Yoichi! Hirada! Ore wa ore no goal de katsuta! Direct shoot da! See how those two shots accomplish completely different things? Wish Don actually did that. And what I think now is perfect time to speak of some stuff that's been on my chest since Normie ever since Boss Studios took control of this game. Sage rework has such rushed animation, and his overtime flow is one of, if not the worst flow animations in the entire game. Just look at it. Why was this character reworked? The implementation of the T specials was a complete disaster, as most of these specials are just utterly worthless. Rin, Nagi, a lot of the flow OSTs are ending prematurely. Don't know how it started. Probably something Boss Studios did. And lastly, in my humble opinion, every single update we have gotten since Boss Studios taken over has been one of the worst updates this game has had. Every single time. I do not believe we have ever received a single good Boss Studios update. Alright, wow, that got a little ranty at the end. So I think I'm going to quickly course correct. Back to Master Lorenzo. Oh, yeah, I mean, they did his quest really well. I think it was way less situational than NEL's, involving way less of other characters. But overall, I think the style was just unnecessary. Considering how little this style changes when compared to base Lorenzo, it really just should have been a rework and not a whole new style. It's not like it fundamentally changed anything like Say's did. I think now's perfect time to bring this up. This is probably going to be my last Azure Latch video. Not probably. That's a fact. This will be my last Azure Latch video. I'm mainly just waiting for Unchained to release. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm actually hyped for it, but considering the consistent lack of care by Boss Studios, I'll probably not be touching Azure Latch as much. Definitely not for videos. So I guess, goodbye Azure Latch. See you, me and my 3 viewers are going to go to Unchained. Aren't you guys so excited? Anyway, you've been drinking orange soda, and I'll catch you for our next carbonated discussion. Later.